What if the life you've been living isn't really yours? What if the path you're on, chasing money, obeying rules, surviving, was never meant to be the way? In this video, we uncover a powerful message from the mysterious Old Billy, a voice from beyond the fog, reminding us that we are more than what we've been told, that we are life itself. And life is ready to wake up. Are you?
When the fog descended, silence settled over the village after the discovery of Old Billy's departure. His notes were left stacked, serving as entertainment for the locals who chose to share them with others.
Number 014, we've made it to this point. There have been difficult moments, which I called the desert, where I learned a lot. However, getting here does not answer what is needed, nor does it allow for a return. I must move forward, and I can only count on the life within me, on my higher self, on the part of me that is hidden and connected to the source. I can't simply continue as if nothing is happening. Yes, I must keep going, but I can no longer use the old behavioral paths. I can't, and I don't want to. The doors are closed, and I no longer have the means to pass through them, nor do I desire to. What I truly want is to see my presence open new passages and show its face, voice, color, texture. I'm life. Life is greater than these financial limits. Life is greater than these chains and instruments of control over one another. Life is wise, knows freedom, and waits for us to learn that too. I can no longer follow this path of limitations and manipulations, where money controls the steps of most and determines the fate of all existence. I am life. Life is more than money. Money does vibrate, yes, but it only vibrates with the energy we have learned to imbue it with. Money does not have life. We, however, have life. We are life. We can expand our energy and turn thoughts into things. We can also master money and use it in a way that obeys the intentions of freedom. Our value is not in money or even in the mistakes or successes of the past. All of this is just external elements to our own life. Being incarnated here in this place means something more valuable than this slavery. It no longer makes sense to try to find our freedom by imprisoning others. The time has come to let the inner presence connected to our source of life influence and even control our physical existence. Because that is what we truly are, spiritual beings having an experience in the physical plane. It's time to accept and embrace that and to act according to inner guidance. That is, to see and act according to the vision of life within each of us. As I said, I've made it to this point and I no longer want to insist on surviving through limitations. That's not what I want for my children. We are life, and we must learn how to allow this life to manifest in its fullness. More than 25 years ago, I had a vision in which I saw myself holding an atom in my hands. I thought it was another person, but today I know that this atom has life. It represents the energy that creates worlds. It's time to learn how this works. Speaking of the past, it's also time to stop looking at the past or the future. Life does not happen at any other time than the present. In fact, in the post-present, just after the now but still before the after, we only have this. And in this moment, the life within us means more than limitations. There is a bigger image that my human eyes cannot understand, but the eyes of life know and can tell us.
This piece expresses a deep dissatisfaction with societal constraints and a call to embrace life in its fullest sense. Mr. Billy reaches a pivotal moment where the author realized that continuing on the same path, one dictated by financial systems and external control, no longer aligns with their inner truth. Key themes. A point of no return. The author acknowledges that they have come far but cannot turn back. This signals a personal transformation where old ways of thinking and behaving are no longer viable. There is a strong sense of moving toward a new way of being, where guidance comes not from external forces, but from an inner connection to the source of life. freedom beyond limitations. The narrator refuses to remain trapped in a cycle where freedom is sought through systems that inherently impose restrictions. Instead, they advocate for an internal awakening, allowing one's deeper presence to guide physical existence rather than being dictated by societal expectations. Living in the present moment. There is a call to stop dwelling on the past or anxiously looking toward the future. True life, according to the narrator, happens now. They hint at a more profound understanding of time, suggesting that even the post-present is merely an illusion and that embracing the present fully is key to true freedom. Spiritual identity over physical existence. The text emphasizes that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, rather than humans simply navigating the material world. This aligns with many spiritual teachings that stress interconnection and intuitive guidance as the real sources of fulfillment. A vision for the future. The mention of holding an atom in their hands suggests an early, almost prophetic realization of the power of creation, the ability to transform energy into reality. This vision reinforces the idea that we are more than just passive participants in life. We have the power to shape it. Final reflection. This is a deeply introspective and transformative message. It challenges the reader to question their own relationship with societal norms and external limitations. Ultimately, it invites us to shift our focus inward, to connect with our own inner presence, recognize life's limitless nature, and embrace a path of spiritual and personal liberation. The author acknowledges a pivotal moment in their journey, recognizing that past challenges, the desert, have been instructive. Now, the author feels compelled to rely on the life force within, their higher self, which is intrinsically connected to the source. This mirrors the teachings of spiritual leaders like Sri Chinmoy, who advocated for inner exploration and self-transcendence to achieve deeper spiritual fulfillment.
Mr. Billy's notes are often associated with spiritual teachings and traditions. I understand that this creates a certain distance, making them seem exotic and reserved for initiates, or worse, for those who consider themselves the chosen. However, from everything I have read so far from Old Billy's work, the idea seems to be quite the opposite. It's fine that there are similarities and affinities, but we must be careful not to turn this study into something overly intellectualized or scholarly. When I read, there is a bigger image that my human eyes cannot understand, but the eyes of life know and can tell us. The message I perceive is that we should prepare ourselves to see less with the mind and more with our natural senses, expanding our innate potentials for communication to achieve a broader integration with what is still beyond our consciousness.
Ivy. Our goal with these reading sessions is not to translate Old Billy's work or turn it into any kind of doctrine. Our guests perceive things through the lenses they already wear, based on what they have learned and come to accept. I'm talking about values. Each person will have their own unique, personal understanding, and the same will happen with everyone else who comes into contact with this material. The fact is that no one will interpret it exactly as someone else does. So don't worry. Just pay attention on the original notes and take from it whatever resonates with you. And that is life that goes on.